Every time I think about my most favorite movie, Die Hard usually comes to mind as the first choice. And especially during Christmas, I love to rewatch it again and again. I was thinking to review the Die Hard trilogy first, but I have never played Die Hard Arcade before, so I decided to start with this one and leave the trilogy for next Christmas. I mentioned in my Sega Saturn birthday video that I had no idea this game existed. I stumbled on it about 2 years ago on YouTube, and I have been dying to try it out. It is an arcade beat-em-up developed and published by Sega in 1996 for arcades and in 1997 for Sega Saturn. The Japanese name of this game is Dynamite Deka, which literally means Dynamite Detective. Up to 2 players can play it, and it has a typical arcade credit system, which means that after you die, you have 3 credits left until they run out and it's game over. Honestly, I wished it was more than that because you can run out of them pretty quickly. That brings me to the gameplay and its difficulty. It is very fun to beat up everyone on the screen with various weapons. It can be brooms, bars, barrels, pepper sprays, or guns of all calibers. It really spices up playthrough and adds an extra layer of fun. However, sometimes there's a bit too much going on the screen with multiple enemies trying to kill you at the same time. A lot of times I couldn't even get up from the ground because of that. It was really frustrating and I had to start the game all over again because there is no save system, unfortunately. You have to beat it in one sitting, which is something I'm not a huge fan of, but okay, the game is very short anyway, so with a bit of practice you can get there. The more you play it, the more you will get used to the quick time events, which are also part of the whole experience. They are present as some sort of in-game cutscenes where you usually run somewhere and on the way you have to press either a kick, punch or jump button. If you are successful, your character will proceed to another screen. If not, you will have to fight the enemy. I think that it is a nice instance and change to the gameplay. There are also some boss fights which are not so special, it is just about beating the hell out of them before they'll kill you first. Besides classical punching and kicking, your character can also jump on enemies and beat them on the ground. I found it very cool when enemies were on me, trying to beat me on the ground, and I could turn them around and do the same to them in a matter of seconds. The difficulty is a bit too hard. I mean, if there are more credits or continues you can use, it would be fine, but beating it only with 3, it is not a walk in the park. By the way, the plot of the game doesn't follow any of the Die Hard movies. It has its own instead. It is about the president's daughter who has been kidnapped by terrorists. Naturally, you have to save her and kill all the bad guys that cross your path. Weird thing is that if you play it with someone, you will have to fight each other at the end of the game, provided that you are both still alive. Graphics are very nice for its time. Yes, the character models look blocky nowadays, but I think they still hold up. Same goes for the environments. I love how they change on each screen, especially the one with firefighters and fire truck driving in the background and spraying water on you is very neat. Soundtrack is a typical fast-paced arcade experience. It is different for each area and it fits perfectly with the action theme of the game. Unfortunately, your character doesn't speak at all. Only the main boss has some lines during the in-game cutscenes. Overall, I will give Die Hard Arcade for Sega Saturn a 6 out of 10. It is a fun arcade beat-em-up that is a bit too short and difficult for its own good. The PAL cover art of the game shows John McClane standing in his typical white tank top in front of the exploding skyscraper. I believe it is a reference to the Nakatomi Plaza from the first Die Hard movie. However, the Japanese cover is different, showing both main characters, President's daughter, and the main antagonist. I think that John McClane looks more like Bruce Willis here. Let me know down in the comments if you have ever played it or if you have some memories connected to it. At the time of the review, this game is still pretty expensive on eBay. It starts at around $90 for Japanese versions and about $100 for US versions. PAL versions can be even more expensive, starting at $150. I hope you enjoyed the video. If yes, you can give a like, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to receive retro gaming reviews every week. That is all from me for today, and thank you all so much for watching.